Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle something that is just so important for any finance professional, your resume. We're going to talk about how to take it from just another piece of paper in a giant stack to a document that actually gets you that call. So, let's get right into it. This quote really hits the nail on the head. Just picture it. A recruiter sifting through literally hundreds of resumes, and they all just blend together. It's like a sea of sameness. That right there is the resume black hole, and our mission today is to pull your resume right out of it. So here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about what this resume black hole really is. Then, we're going to make a huge shift from talking about your duties to showing your impact. After that, it's all about telling a great career story. And finally, we'll talk about how to sharpen your specialty so you really stand out. It's a clear path from problem to solution. All right, section 1, the resume black hole. This is where so many incredibly talented people get stuck. And it's not because they aren't skilled, it's because their resumes just don't manage to cut through all the noise. Here's the thing, and it's actually good news. Most people are making the exact same mistakes over and over again. So this isn't about you needing to go out and get more experience. Nope. It's about how you present the amazing experience you already have. And you know what the best part is? These mistakes are totally fixable. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Okay, this next part, this is probably the biggest, most important mindset shift you can make for your resume. We are moving away from talking about duties, and we're going to start proving your impact. This is how you go from looking like someone who just does tasks to someone who creates real value. Okay, mistake number 1, and it's a huge one, just listing your job description. Anytime you use a phrase like responsible for, that's a red flag for a recruiter. They already know what an accountant is responsible for. What they want to know is what you actually did. What did you accomplish? Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, responsible for is so passive, so generic. But look at the right. It's active, prepared. It's specific, 12 clients, and it shows clear, undeniable impact. You reduce the month-end close time by 3 whole days. That's not a duty, that's a real achievement. And that leads us directly to the next big pitfall, a resume with no numbers. Look, numbers are the language of business, right? They give scale, they give context, they give credibility to everything you're claiming. Without them, your accomplishments just feel kinda vague. And this just shows you the power of numbers perfectly. Managed accounts payable. Okay, so what? But managed an 8 crore rupee monthly cycle for 200 vendors? Whoa. Now I get the scale of your work. And then you hit them with the killer metric, reducing outstanding creditor days from 62 to 47. That's a real business result that saves the company cold, hard cash. And, this really highlights a key point. Sometimes all it takes is one powerful number to tell a whole story. The single metric, 47 days, down from 62, it screams efficiency, it screams negotiation, it screams process improvement. That is a headline achievement that's going to grab anyone's attention. Okay, so we've nailed the impact and we've nailed the numbers. So what's next? Well, now we have to talk about framing. This whole next section is about turning your list of past jobs into a really compelling story about where you've been and where you're going. Let's talk about mistake number 2, the copy-paste summary. You know the one I'm talking about? A hardworking and result-oriented professional with strong analytical skills. I mean, recruiters say they see this on 90% of resumes. It's just background noise at this point, and they'll skip right over it. But now, look at this. The summary on the left is totally forgettable. The one on the right, though, that's a powerful little story. It tells them what you are, CA with 3 years in Big Four. It tells them a key achievement. Led a team of 5 during a 500 crore rupee audit. It's specific, it's impressive, and it's instantly memorable. All right, mistake number 3 is an absolute classic, especially for newly qualified pros, hiding your articleship work. For so many of you, this is the most important hands-on experience you have, but you bury it. I mean, just think about that for a second. Is that crazy or what? You spend 3 years doing real tough work, audits, tax, dealing with clients, and then you shrink all of that value down into one lonely little line on your resume? It makes no sense. That experience is your foundation. So how do we fix this? Simple. You unpack it. You treat it just like any other job on your resume. Talk about the industries you worked in. Was it banking, tech, manufacturing? List the types of audits you did. Quantify it. How many clients did you work on? And get specific about things like GST or transfer pricing. This is your experience. You got to own it. And that brings us to our final section. Now that you're showing your impact and telling a great story, it's time to sharpen your specialty. It's time to highlight exactly what makes you different from everyone else out there. Mistake number 5, the skills section buzzword dump. Just listing things like MS Excel, leadership, team player. It's totally useless. It tells a recruiter absolutely nothing about what you can actually do. And here's the fix. It's so simple. Instead of just saying MS Excel, tell them your level. Tell them what you can actually do with it. Advanced Excel with pivot tables, Power Query, and financial models. Now that tells a recruiter you have a valuable, practical skill they can use from day one. And our final mistake today is a special one for all the cost and management accountants out there. So often, CMAs completely undervalue their unique edge. You have specialized skills in things like cost auditing that a lot of other finance folks just don't have. Don't bury that advantage. Just look at this table. The weak way is to just list CMA as another line item, another qualification. The strong way? You lead with it. You make cost audits, cost records, and management accounting a central part of your professional brand. That's what makes you different. So really, it all boils down to this: adopting an elite resume mindset. It's a simple shift. You always prioritize impact over duties. You quantify everything you possibly can. You use specifics, not buzzwords. You frame your experience as a story. And you always, always lead with your unique edge. And that leaves us with one final thought. Your resume, it's not just a document. It's your story, told in less than 30 seconds. So after you make these changes, ask yourself this. When a recruiter finally gets your resume, what story is it going to tell them about you? Make sure it's a great one.